Oh my gosh, I forgot about that. It left me feeling like my 12-year-old sister could read this book. That's so shady. Oh my gosh, I remember. Okay, I really didn't like it. Again, why did I give it 2 stars? It should have been 1. Hey, what's up? It's Reagan and welcome back to my channel. Today I have my iced coffee, my teakwood candle on, this like weird space bun, but it matches because I have this like vintage, I think it's vintage, poster of Star Wars from France. Like I got this at H&M. So I'm super cozy today because I'm going to be sharing with you, just sitting down and reading through my old book reviews from before I had a concussion. So, okay, let me take a sip because this is a story. Okay, so quick backstory. On February 13th of 2018, I was in my dance class. I am a professional dancer and I was a senior at my university. And my partner accidentally dropped me on my head and my professor was spotting and failed to pay attention and was talking to another student who was just like, he was distracted. And I ended up with a major concussion. I did not read a book for more than 2 years. I had to undergo really intense neuropsychiatric therapy for memory loss, depression, and apathy. Those were really huge. I had to also see a therapist to deal with those issues. I struggled to finish my senior year. I was an honor student all the way through. I always had great grades. I was a leader in my department. I was president of our dance outreach. I was really, really involved, and then suddenly I don't even remember going to class. Like, I really, really struggled. It was a really dark time in my life. And I didn't read for 2 years. Until until 5 months ago, here in lockdown, I finally got the courage to try to read again because reading has always been a passion of mine and something that I really miss doing. But whenever I tried to read something previously since that incident, I couldn't retain the information. The words on the page were blurry. It made me dizzy. It made me nauseous. Like, there's so many things that I had to overcome, and I'm still overcoming them. The neurologist that I saw and my neuropsychiatric therapist told me that it would be a minimum of 5 years before I was able to feel like myself and able to respond to situations as I would have. Like, for instance, when I was driving and the light would change red, it would take me a half second longer to recognize that the light had changed. I couldn't register information well. So this all happened at the beginning of 2018, and in 2017 I read 45 books, which was a lot for me, and I had aspirations to read 60 in 2018. I ended up only managing to read, I think, 6 or 7 before my concussion that year. So after that, I didn't read anything until this year. Okay, so I'm gonna pull up my Goodreads, and I have not looked at this since 2017, so it's been 3 years. I'm gonna pull up my Goodreads and see what I remember about these books and read my reviews. No one read my reviews. I just wrote reviews for myself so that I knew what the book was about, and thank goodness I did because I forgot that I even read some of these books. Okay, so let's see. I read 45 books. Oh gosh, yeah. I do not remember reading that. Or that one. Or that one. Or that one. Yeah. I can remember and still have general feelings about some of these books. Like, I remember I didn't like that one, or I did like this reading experience, but I can't tell you what lots of the plot is about unless it really made an impact on me. Okay, so let's just start with this random one. This is The Valiant by Leslie Livingston. Okay, so it's the first book in a series. There's 3 books. Oh, okay, so since I've read this, 2 other books have come out. This came out on February 14th, 2017. So let's see, this is about it blurbs princess, captive, gladiator. It's about a girl named Fallon who is the daughter of a Celtic king, and she goes to a school for female gladiators. Wow, I gave this book 2 stars, and I can already see that I am salty. Okay, spoilers ahead. I wrote, average book. Very disappointed as it held no real plot, and I really looked forward to reading it. I do remember that. It did keep me engaged enough to finish it in a few days, but there are so many plot developments missing. My issues with this book are briefly spelled out below. Spoilers ahead. I really went in depth. I was very shady about this. Okay, 1. When Kay, I think it's Kai, maybe. When Kai and Fallon first got together, I was like, what? Why? I literally, all caps, went back and read to see if I missed the part where they started being attracted to each other for a believable reason. That's so funny. I probably thought that this book was gonna be more adult or serious, so it was very insta-lovey. 2. Why on earth would she refuse Kai's proposal to buy her and free her? Like, come on. I did not believe Fallon's reasons for honor. Yes, why would you stay a gladiator when you could die literally every second and this dude who loves you wants to pay for your freedom? Still agree. 3. The beginning was really good. Don't remember it. This book could have really gone someplace, but everything that happened was so surface level. This had the potential to be a really great series even. So I guess I didn't know it was going to be a series. But nothing was believable, and I didn't really care for Fallon in the end. I did not respect her decision to remain a gladiator. If this book turns out to have a sequel, I probably will not read it. Yeah, won't read it. 4. The last chapter was suddenly there. It was like the author just hurried to finish the book. The chapters lost a lot of connection with a lack of writing. 5. The whole Aiden taking her to Rome was weird, confusing, and not fully explained. 6. I would have enjoyed Fallon and Mayle's story better. Maybe the book should have gone about her time having been a slave, or before being taken a slave. Oh, so it didn't even like the main story. That was savage. That was... I'm surprised I even gave it 2 stars. Okay, let's see what else I blurbed. Oh, The Crowns Game. I think this is a duology. I read the first one, and I don't remember having the best opinions about it. Oh, I gave it 2 stars. Okay, so let me just quickly read over what the summary was. Okay, so it's about 2 enchanters in Russia who are competing to be the Tsar's enchanter. Let's see what shady thing I said about it. Okay, I gave this 2 stars, and it starts off with saying, this book was utterly disappointing. All the characters were too nice, fell in love instantly, or very surface level. That is a trope I hate. I hate insta-love. Like, I mean, I fell in love instantly with my husband, but I feel like there was more depth than a lot of books show in YA. So anyway, this story had so much potential and was one of my top TBRs for the year. But the author's lack of engaging the reader and figuring out anything on their own, like she literally explained everything and left no part of the plot as a surprise, it left me feeling like my 12-year-old sister could read this book. That's so shady! Oh my gosh! And I'm sorry to my little sister, who was 12 at the time. Okay, I really didn't like it. Again, why did I give it 2 stars? It should have been 1. Also, there was no historical explanations of substance of the Crown's game or context of the magic in this book. The author created a very cool concept and then did it a disservice by not fully exploring it. I would only read a sequel if I got it at a really big sale or for free. Oh my gosh, I'm definitely one of those people that the author read my review and was just like, I cannot believe this girl. Yeah, other people gave it 5 stars. Ugh, no. Okay, well, I didn't like it. Don't remember it. Don't remember it. Okay, let's see what else I read. I read some really good books this year. I read Caraval. I read The Bronze Horseman. Okay, One of Us is Lying. I do remember picking that up at Target. I gave it 3 stars. Okay, I just say fun, quick read that was captivating enough to read in a large couple of sittings. The characters were developed well, and the plot was interesting and relatable to high school life. I would read other works by the author. I know that she has come out with One of Us is Next. I don't remember this book. My head trauma. So I'm not going to pick up the second one. I think it can stand as a standalone. Correct me if I'm wrong, but if I do have to reread that first book, I'm not going to. Oh, Winter Song. Okay, I have this feeling that this book was great, but also strange. We'll see what I said. Okay, it's the first in a duology. Didn't know that there was a second book. It's by S.J. Jones, and it's about, oh yeah, this girl named Liesel who like finds this goblin king, but he's like super not sexy, and she has to decide her fate. I don't know. It was kind of whimsical, and it read more like an adult, I believe. Oh, I gave it 4 stars. This book was very unique and had a great world and relatable characters. Don't remember the characters. So I really enjoyed it. However, I often found the plot difficult to follow. I wanted the author to explain more of the logistics of how the magic worked, and wanted her to show and not tell what the underworld looked like. I really was yearning for more details because the story itself was great. The writing style did bother me. The author used the same language throughout, and I was really overreading the, quote, austere young man, and, quote, giving myself entire. So if there is a sequel, I hope there is more of a variety of descriptions and explanations. Yeah, that's annoying. If you're hearing the same words over and over again to describe something, that makes me think of Sarah J. Maas. In this book, the character keeps referring to, what does she call him? I'm gonna have to find it. Hold on, because it's kind of funny. She says it so many times. Oh my gosh, you guys probably know what this is, and I'm just forgetting. She said it literally like 100 times. Oh my gosh, I remember. Okay, Bryce, who's the main character, calls the man she's interested in an alpha hole, like short for an hole, you know? She said it so many times, I got so sick of it. At first it was like unique and it made sense, and then it just became laughable. But I digress. Oh, this was a great reading year for me. I read Six of Crows and Crooked Kingdom, Salt to the Sea. I read so many good books. I binged the 3 Aquatar books. Wow. This really was a good reading year. Let's see what else. Okay, I don't remember The Rose and the Dagger. I know I read the first book. What was that called? The Wrath and the Dawn, and I think I gave that book 5 stars the year previously. Okay, I don't remember the plot of this at all. I clearly read it. The magic used in it was never explained. The plot took too many turns, but none of it ever felt finished, and the ending was too predictable. Everything happened too perfectly, and I have a hard time trying to distinguish where exactly the climax was. I think the first book should have done a better job setting up the magical aspects of the duology. In the end, I just wanted it to be over. Disappointed overall. Oh my gosh. Okay, what was this one? Oh, My Lady Jane. Another 2-star review. These are all, yeah. Maybe I forgot these books not only because I had a concussion, but also because I just didn't like them. Okay, My Lady Jane. I know that the Lady Janies have written 2 other books. This is a fantasy retelling of My Lady Jane. I said, I admire what the author set out to do to Lady Jane's story, and while it was fun at times, it lacked plot development at others. For instance, killing the Great White Bear was so random, and nothing ever really came of the pack after that. Don't remember. I was opposed to the magical elements in this book, but later found out that the only appropriate way to save/kill characters like the real people would be to include magic. For the most part, the little notes from the authors were refreshing and unique. On a side note, Pet weirded me out. The whole concept of her staying as a dog the whole time was a bit unnerving. She was always getting her belly rubbed, then changing into a naked girl 10 minutes later. Oh my gosh. I forgot about that. That was weird. There's a character who turns into a dog, and yeah, and then you're naked? What? That's weird. I don't want my, real dog to turn into a person. Yeah. I gave that one 2 stars. I know people really love that book, though. Oh, I read the Winter's Curse trilogy. I read Uprooted by Naomi Novik this year. Let's see what I said about that. I gave it 4 stars. Didn't write a review. Okay, great. I know that Spinning Silver has just come out. I do remember Uprooted taking me a while to read and it not being super magical. I know there's magic in it, but I don't remember it being Throne of Glass, Harry Potter, where it's just a magical world. I read Cinder and Scarlet. I did love those books. I was never able to continue on with the quartet. I do have all of them and Ferris, the novella. But because of my concussion, I don't remember the plot. I would need to reread them, and they are ones that I would consider rereading. My review for Scarlet literally is so many plot twists, very exciting book. Just when I thought I knew a character, Myers would throw in a curveball, and I gave it 5 stars. That makes me kind of sad that I don't remember it. I really loved it. Let's just do 1 or 2 more. Okay, so I read Dividing Eden. I gave it 4 stars. Oh, is this a standalone? No, it says it's... Okay, so it's a duology. I gave it 4 stars. Maybe I need to reread it so I can read the sequel. I said, I bought this book because it was cover porn calling my name at the bookstore. However, I ended up really liking the book. Sure, it isn't perfect, but it was unique and quick paced, so I didn't mind the long chapters. I will certainly pick up its sequel. Again, that makes me sad that I never picked up the sequel, and I would need to reread this book. Okay, let's do just 1 more. Oh, I read The Giver that year. I did love that one. Heartless by Marissa Meyer. I gave this one 4 stars. 4 stars is a great rating for me. If I give a book 5 stars, it means it's one of my all-time faves. I would happily recommend it and reread it all the time. I'm really picky with giving 5 stars, so a 4-star read is a great read and one that I really, really, really enjoyed and would recommend. A 5-star read is just that next god tier level. So I gave this 4 stars. I said the story was clever, very cheesy, with like a face, but still fun and Wonderland-esque, although Kath was a bit stupid at times, like the Peter poem. She really didn't catch that the first time. Don't know what I'm talking about. Don't remember. Come on. However, I really enjoyed reading it, but definitely think it was geared towards a younger audience. I don't understand why some readers say they cried at the end, but then again, maybe I'm just heartless with a wink face. Oh my gosh, I am not this savage in my reviews. I take that back. There is a book that I read this year in lockdown. It is very beloved. I'm going to put it in my unpopular opinions book review, which is coming soon. Yeah, I did give 2 books this year by the same author, a 2-star and a 1-star review, and then I DNF'd to the series. It might be controversial. I'm gonna wait to tell you what that series was in an upcoming video. Anyway, thank you so much for watching. I hope this was fun. I certainly enjoyed looking through my old reviews and looking at books that I don't even remember reading. But as I read them, like, it came back to me a little bit. I need to try to pick up the Lunar Chronicles again. I really did love that series, or the first 2 that I read. And yeah, I'm getting better with my memory. I will say that, like, the Caraval series, that trilogy is one of my favorites I've ever read, but I read the 3rd one recently, and the first 2 I read pre-concussion, so it was hard for me to get into this 3rd one. I had to go onto Google and reread the summary, and I would like to reread that trilogy again, because I don't even remember what happened in this 3rd book. I just read it. So yeah, this one, when this sequel comes out to Crescent City, that's going to be a struggle for me. Also, I didn't even mention, I got to Heir of Fire pre-concussion and was in the midst of Queen of Shadows. It got dropped on my head, and then I don't remember the series at all. I know that it has some kick butt characters and some romance, and then it starts off YA and then quickly turns to adult. I am saving it for the winter when I just want to cozy up and binge. I remember crying and laughing and loving this series, but unfortunately I don't remember it. So that's something that I'm going to do soon. I think I might do a series on that, like rereading that series, so that would be fun. Anyway, thank you so much. Please hit that bell if you'd like to see when I upload new videos. I post on my Bookstagram at ragansreads every day. I love chatting with you guys, and I hope to see you in another video soon. Bye.